And that makes it even more risky because now you're going to be paying more, and hopefully you can recover your reinvestment, and you're not sure what's happening with the actual um, asset itself or with the coin, with the crypto. It's, again, all things being crypto, kind of all hanging on the balance of Bitcoin. Bitcoin flunks down to a really low level, then that could affect all the other altcoins to a real huge extent. You're left in the wind having invested large amounts of money because of the chip shortage. So at least for those that already maybe have theirs on the way or already have theirs, they might actually be able to, if they find me on here through cyberspace doing my thing, they might be able to be like, oh, I can tell you what's going on exactly. And it might vary per state too. That could be another variance. Who knows, man? Like I said, my first time setting this up. So based on this number, like I said, 20% me hosting it, multiply it by 20. That's $1.93 in 2 days. Not too bad. Of course, I'm gonna be, since I'm keeping it at my brother-in-law's, I'm gonna turn around and pay him to be the host for this particular device. So I multiply that by, I get to keep 80% of that. So $1.54. That's what this thing has made me so far, potentially, in terms of the numbers. And it could fluctuate. It could go, like I said, the price, well, it just went up now. See it? When we just first started this, did you just see how I wasn't even looking, but it just happened, right? Probably go back in the video and watch it happen while I'm talking. It bumped up by 4 cents, right? I think we could look at this graph here. Let's see in the past. Let's see what it's all-time high. Look at this all-time high here. I don't know if you guys see that. Look at the all-time high right there. All-time high. $22.31. Wow. So that's what I mean. Like if it was up at that height, what would 22.31 times 0.69 would have made $15. See the difference between $7 and then like mine? What would I say I would make? $1.50. So if it was at its all-time high, which could become an average later on, who knows? If it keeps going up, and demand for this might actually raise the price of helium itself. We don't know how the market's going to be affected, but what if the all-time high, the new all-time high is like $40, $50, and then it starts fluctuating up and down, and the new average is now was what used to be the all-time high, 22.31. That's the new average in the near future, right? Well, then what would that mean? That means this miner that we just set up made $15 in those 2 days times the 20% that I get, or 20% I get. Well, I made $3 instead of, and then of course I shell out the 20%, so I keep 80 because I'm paying my brother-in-law. I made $2.40 versus $1.54. I made almost another whole dollar just because the price. See guys, that's how this thing works, man. But like I said, just because it can be high and looks good and you're like feeling good, it can also be low and you're gonna feel bad. So it's a manic depressive episode, man. You just gotta not let you gotta become a Vulcan when you do this kind of stuff, dude. You just gotta not let your emotions get involved. Just let it go. Just do it. Just kind of think about what you're doing. As far as like what I thought about was just the tech itself and their mission statement, what they're trying to do. Internet, was it, what do you call it? Internet of Things made sense to me. Kind of where they're going with the lo-fi signals and how that could be safer than the 5G that I've heard nightmares about from just engineers on the ground that are talking about that. They probably don't want to get that word out because that'll make people panic and hurt the industry. And so who knows what kind of information they keep from the people so they can do their business. And then later on, people find out the truth anyways when people are dying from some kind of brain tumors. Who knows? But at this point, this is it. This is just it right here. We're just looking at, it's got all-time high and it's got all-time low. All-time low is 11 cents. That was about a year ago. How would you like to buy it? how would you have liked to have bought in on helium when it was 11 cents? So put 1,000 on helium if you could read the future, right? What would 1,000 times or divide 1,000 by 11 cents? There you go. I'll put $1,000 divided by 11 cents. How many coins do you got? You got 9,090 coins for $1,000 back in April of last year, about a year, or 2020. In April of 2020, you'd have 9,090 coins. How much would that be worth today at $14.04? It looks like $127,000 and 127,636 is what your 1,000 would look like today, right? With 9,090 coins times the all-time high of 2231, that's what your $1,000 from a year ago invested would look like when it hit its all-time high. You would have been looking at $200,002 of value there from your 1,000. So you just never know with these things, do you? I don't know when to. So you're like, man, I don't want to risk 1,000. Let's risk 100. What would 100 look like? Divided by 11 cents. If you bought it back there, here we go. 909 coins. Okay. Yeah, take the 909. It's probably just times the all-time high. 20,000. $100. $100 turns into 20 grand a year later. Tell me where you could make an investment like that. Show me the money, dudes. You're looking at it right here in real life. This is helium where it's at. I think it's just going to get better because, like I said, man, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not saying, I like what they're doing. It makes sense to me. It's the kind of stuff Warren Buffett talks about. If it's something you would want to use, or that's what he did. I just like his basic philosophy was like, I like this. I want to see more of it, or I think it's cool, or I like the way this works. I would buy it. I'll invest in it. Boom. Turns out most everyone was thinking the same way, and they were buying the products, and that just built up his investment portfolio to like Buffett level. All right, guys, I'm done yapping. Oh yeah, Vince will call me today. All right, guys, that's it for my crypto today. I'm gonna get off my little high horse, get back and figure out what's going on with my miner. I'll cover that on the next one.